Hey Jimmy, how are you?
What up?
It seems to me, and I'm trying to play psychologist here, and I apologize, but it seems to me in a lot of your other stops, there wasn't necessarily a comfort upon arrival. I would think after what happened in the bubble and in the finals, might this be maybe one of the first times you arrived to camp more comfortable than maybe going back to your comfort zone in the early days with Lou and Joakim with the Bulls? In other words, I know you're always feisty and ready for the next challenge, but is this a little bit different, maybe a little bit comfortable and reassuring if you ever let yourself get comfortable? Thank you.
Nah, not really. I think I always get in where I fit in. I know what's expected of me. And that's the way that I take this training camp as well. We just in here competing. Everybody fighting like we don't know if we're gonna be on a team tomorrow. And that's the way that they love it here. That's the way that we love it. We're gonna keep doing it that way. But I'm just here to compete. I'm here to help win. I just would like to think that I've tried to do that at all my former stops.
Well, to rephrase that, and I'll leave it at this, are you maybe a little bit more content now than at other points in your careers, to put it that way? Thanks, Jimmy.
Nope, still not content. I haven't won anything worth saying that I've won. I think I have a long way to go. My team has a long way to go. So whenever we win it, then you can ask me that question next year.
All right, up next we have Anthony Chang. Go ahead.
Hey Jimmy, Spo last week, he said even though you guys have so many guys back and so much worked so well last season, and season finished 2 months ago, that you guys have to continue to evolve, kind of reach where you want to go. I know it's early, but in what ways have you seen that kind of manifest itself in these first few weeks of this team kind of trying to do things a little differently and get incrementally better, even though there is so much the same?
I think it's all about confidence. Guys are consistently gaining that each and every day from the work that they put in, the film that they're watching, and just trying to model their game and anything else from people on this team. It's great to have guys like Dre and UD Bam, KO, a little bit of myself to model the way that you approach a game after real professional, like all business and just having that drive, that will to win. I'm telling you, guys have that confidence. They're gaining more and more of that every day, and that's what we need from them.
And one more, we saw Bam really shoot the mid-range jumper well last playoffs, and then last night it was only one game, I think, but his first two made shots were in the mid-range. What if he could hit that shot consistently, which he has over the past few months? What can that do to unlock more of his offensive game?
He can shoot the three too. And I'm sure if you ask all of these statistics and numbers people anyways, they tell you that that's a bad shot. Because nowadays you don't want to shoot mid-range jump shots. We encourage that from Bam. Be aggressive, shoot step back, one-legged mid-range shots, and then throw in a three and get somebody else involved and then go dunk the basketball. He's a complete player. We're never mad at any shot that he takes. We never will be mad at any shots that he takes. But I just want him to be aggressive, shoot 50 of them.
Up next we have Tim Reynolds.
Jimmy, you said in your first answer that you know what's expected of you. I'm curious what you expect of you.
To win. That's it, to win. I know that I'm capable of it. I know with the guys that they've put around me that I'm capable of it. Now I just got to go out and do my part, make sure that I get better, make sure that I'm making everybody around me better, and win. That's it. I know that I can make that happen. I know with the group of guys that we have that we can make this happen. So that's it. That's what I expect of myself, everybody else, the coaches, the organization, is to win.
I know I think I've heard enough answers where I know that what the outside thinks and expects and says. I know it doesn't matter to you. I understand that.
So don't ask me a question. That's the way I'm gonna answer it.
No. I mean, I know what anybody thinks outside your locker room. I know it doesn't matter to you, and I bring that up to say there were times last year, like for example, the Atlanta game when Trey said game over and you guys ran off 22 in a row. Like that night, Bam said, "We're making people notice us. We know there's not a lot expected of us." Bam said that night. You're not going to sneak up on anybody now. You guys went to the finals. You had the great run. Nobody's going to pick you eighth or fifth or whatever in the East this year. Do you embrace that? does that matter much to you? The fact that no matter what you guys do this year, no one, and by the way, and it was stupid for people to say it was a fluke, but no one will be able to say that now. Like, you're not sneaking up on anybody anymore. Do you embrace that challenge?
I would like to think that we got some decent players on this team to where we shouldn't be able to sneak up on anybody. We got guys that can play. We got guys that can guard, that can pass. Obviously, can put the ball in the bucket. I don't think we should sneak up on anybody. I don't think last year you could say that we were sneaking up on anybody. We got individuals that can play. Um, so, I don't give a damn. Bam is learning he better not give a damn either. And we just going to go out there and we're going to compete. We ain't sneaking up on nobody. Everybody going to know when they go up against the Heat what they're going up against.
All right, next we have Nick Friedel. Go ahead.
Jimmy, were you surprised that Giannis re-upped in Milwaukee?
Nope.
You've always been one to say that you don't back down from a challenge. You certainly didn't in the bubble going up against him. How much do you look forward to, and for several years to come at least, it's going to be the Heat and the Bucks and you and Giannis going back and forth to get to the top and get back to the finals?
I like it. I don't think you can, go around him. I don't think you go around LeBron either. I think you got to go right through him. You got to beat them. But you also got to beat the Sixers. You got to beat Boston. You got to beat Toronto. There's a lot of squads in this East that you got to go through with some really good players. It doesn't intimidate me either. I mean, me none. I actually get really excited for it. I want to go up against the best. I know my guys want to go up against the best. That's our way to show that we belong. That's how we gain our respect.
You've obviously gone up against him for years. Are you even a little surprised at how much better his game has been since the first few times you saw him back in Milwaukee?
Nah, not really. I know he's a hell of a player. He wants to be great. But I think it's our job to get better each and every day, each and every year. He's done a phenomenal job at it. They got a good core group around him. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch, but even more fun to go to battle against those guys. So can't wait for the Heat versus the Bucks matchup.
All right, up next we have Cooper Moorhead with Heat.com. Go ahead.
Jimmy, it's not often that a young player like Bam has his quote-unquote breakout season in the same year that he goes in such a deep playoff run. But now that he has done that and he has all these playoff teams that have kind of scouted him and given him advanced schemes, do you think there is going to be a lot more for him to adjust to as far as how defenses are defending him this year? Or is he kind of seeing most of what the league is going to throw at him?
I don't know. I know that he's better than he was last year, obviously health-wise, but what he's added to his game. So, going into this year, Bam is just going to be Bam. Whatever they throw at him, he's going to figure out a way to beat it. He's going to study that film, and he's gonna play hard. That's a talent. He's mastered it, and play that bully ball, put the ball in the bucket, pass it, rebound, all of that stuff. Bam's not worried about how you want to guard him. Bam's going to be the best version of himself.